Good morning, New Prague Schools and New Prague community. My name is Tony Boothie, Director of Educational Services for the New Prague School District, and I welcome you to our first Supt Talk for the 2019-2020 school year. To my right, Superintendent Mr. Tim Dittberner. Welcome, Mr. Dittberner.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully we had a wonderful summer. The school year is off to what we believe to be a great start. And it's not cold out yet, but we've had a wonderful start to our school year. And I just just a general question: how has the school year started?
Yeah, it's gone well. We've been in. I think we're in our fourth week right now. Is it? Obviously, we start a week before Labor Day, so we start earlier than most school districts. But yeah, it's gone off to a good start, and we've got a number of things coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Homecoming and. Obviously this weekend is Inky Days and the Hall of Fame ceremony coming this Friday before the football game, so a lot of fun stuff coming up.
So let's just talk about our students a little bit. 3 elementaries, a middle school, a high school. Some of our viewers maybe are new to the school district. As our school district and our students, are we growing? Are we kind of right about the same? What's that kind of look like?
It's been steady growth. We're almost exactly increase that we did last year, about 1.5%. Right around 75, increase of 75 students. We're just over 4,300 students as a district. That's K through 12. We're not talking preschool or early childhood. So yeah, about 4,300. So it's been like that for the last 6 years, averaging out to about 1.5% increase every year. Our kindergarten class, though, is the biggest class we've ever had. It's at 322 students. So we had some growth there. The middle school is just under 1,000 students right now, and so that's the largest that's ever been too.
Okay, so with student growth or with just students, most people probably know that we just completed a bond referendum a couple of years ago, and I think last year we were in all of our buildings. Is there anything going on as far as our buildings? Are we sitting well? Are they in good condition? What's the facilities look like?
Good. I mean, I think we're in great shape facility-wise. We will have to start, looking at plans for the future, but, unless things change dramatically, that won't be for 5, 6, 7 years down the road that we're going to have to take a look. But it's never too early to start looking at some preliminary planning for that and talking with architects, stuff like that as we prepare for the future. But it's just a steady growth. It's not an explosion. You can take a nearby district like Eastern Carver and Waconia. They are growing much faster than 5 to 8% increase per year with students, and it's difficult to, when you get in that situation, to be able to manage the growth and prepare. Ours is, like I said, steady increases, and so it's good.
Okay. So to just kind of keep the focus on our students, something of course that middle school and high schools offer, and that is athletics and activities. We always have wonderful athletics and activity opportunities for our kids. Just any comments on middle school, high school, maybe just kind of the number of kids that participate in fall sports, because we are in the fall, and those seasons are really getting close to almost half over because they do start before the school year.
Yeah, we've got 5 high school sports for girls and 3 for boys in the fall, and according to Brad Skogerbo, our activities numbers are on pace or are as high as last year, just nearly 400 students in a fall sport. So that's it's close to 1/3 of our student body, so that's good. In middle school, we've got great numbers down there. I know for football, for example, I think there's 65 kids playing 8th grade football and 55 in 7th grade, so those numbers are really good, and along with soccer and cross country, girls tennis, volleyball, always great participation numbers. So everything's going really well.
Well, like you had said, our facilities are in very, very good condition. We've got nice facilities and opportunities for the kids. So it sounds like it's been a great start to the school year, and that's very exciting. We'll just continue to keep you updated, folks, with Mr. Dittberner, just on all of the different things and activities that do happen within the school district. It's very busy. There's no doubt about it. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with our first guests.
Well, welcome back. We're here with Principal Nicole Adams. We have Senior Janae Beecher and ninth grader Anna Schlane. And they're here today to talk about our Link Crew program that we have at the high school. It's tied into, I guess, ninth grade orientation. We've done it for the first year. And Principal Adams, why don't you tell us exactly what this Link Crew is?
Sure. So Link Crew is a nationwide program. It's been around since the 90s, organized through the Boomerang Project, so evidence-based, and really what it seeks to do is to facilitate the transition from middle school to high school for our incoming ninth grade students. Nationwide, this is a very challenging time of transition, both in education and then developmentally. And so what this program does is it pairs upperclassmen, juniors and seniors like Janae with incoming ninth graders like Anna, and help them really feel more comfortable and ready to start the school year, but also they connect with their Link Crew kids throughout the entire school year. And so while adults kind of help facilitate and organize it, it's really students who provide the leadership. So it not only benefits our incoming ninth graders, but it really provides a great opportunity for positive leadership from our upperclassmen as well.
And so what specifically has been done so far this year, like before school?
Sure.
How did this all work with the ninth grader and then
Yep.
with the so-called, like mentors?
Mentors. So it started last year with three advisors. Nikki Johnson, Allie Meyer, and Michael Coldigelli went to a 3-day training where they actually got all of the information that they needed. And this year, just before school started, we had a half-day program where all ninth graders came in. They were all together, went through some team building and cultural building activities as a large group, and then broke into smaller groups with their designated 11th and 12th grade Link leaders. They got a tour of the building, got to meet some teachers, and got to ask questions of students without the presence of adults around, so that maybe they are a little more comfortable getting information that they need and maybe asking questions that they might not want to ask in front of an adult. From there, throughout the course of the year in our advisory system, our junior and senior Link leaders will actually be going into those advisories with their ninth grade Link crews and connecting with them over the course of the year. How are things going? What do you need? Also, our Link leaders reached out individually to our incoming ninth graders before school started to tell them that we're looking forward to seeing you. And they were available on those first few days of schools to help ninth graders with whatever they needed, finding a classroom, opening a locker, how to get through the lunch line. And so it was a really great start.
Good. Now, Janae, you're one of the leaders. You're a senior. What have you learned so far about the whole Link Crew thing and the whole experience so far?
Well, in retrospect, I really wish that I would have had this when I was a ninth grader, because I know how difficult it was to transition from middle school to high school. But I'm really glad that I was able to find those mentors. But because now that I have this program, I feel that the incoming ninth graders are lucky, and then I feel that our school district is going in the right direction to help them with this transition. And then also because we're with upperclassmen, you're able to understand and get to know other people already in your school before you have to dive into it all yourself.
Okay. And then Anna, as a ninth grader, what do you think so far of the orientation with the Link Crew and experience you've had or since then in advisory?
It was a really good experience. It made the transition really easy to high school. Like you said, it was easy to ask them questions that you really didn't want to ask an adult. Just simple things like how to get to room. And then you knew more people when you got into the high school, so you weren't so alone in the big mass of people. So that was
okay.
nice.
So we're 4 weeks into school. How's everything going as a student here?
Everything is going really well. I found all my classrooms, so that's good.
Enjoying classes.
I am.
Good deal. Well, I got to ask Janae this. So being a senior now, just a quick talk about the classes you're taking and what you're thinking about for next year. I mean, you're a senior, it's going to go fast.
Yeah, so this year and last year I started taking more college classes, like CAS classes specifically. And I've learned through independent studies that I've taken that I'm more interested in biochemistry.
Okay.
So then this year I took a college bio class. But then also because of my love for music, I'm taking an independent study for music theory, which I will also be doing as like a performing thing in college, but it won't be my major. Biochemistry will be my major. And right now I'm just narrowing down my schools. I've applied to at least, I think, 5 now. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see
right.
like November.
Well, good. Well, thank you for your leadership and your participation coming here today. It's great to hear about the whole Link Crew thing we got going on. It's obviously good for kids. We thank you, Ms. Adams, for your leadership in this matter. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Supt Talk, and thank you, Ms. Adams, for having a couple of your students here. And the Link Crew really sounds like that's a great program that you brought forth this year, and we'll be watching that very closely. And so my last question for Mr. Dibburner is just kind of something that is new within our school district. That is a 90-minute late start for all of our K-12 buildings. That will take place 8 times this school year, beginning tomorrow, Thursday, September 19th. And I guess, Mr. Dibburner, one of the questions that I would just simply ask is 90-minute late start, specifically what is that for? What will the teachers be doing within the buildings? We know the students come 90 minutes late, and you just kind of let our viewers know what the 90-minute late start purpose is.
Yeah, it's just focused professional development that's specific to each of the buildings. And it's been a recommendation from all of our principals, thinking that it's very important, and coming from our staff too. The need for that to get everyone together to be able to do that, because the time to do that is very difficult during the year, whether you do an all-day thing. But we think systematically being able to do it regularly throughout the year will be a benefit to our staff, and most importantly to our students. That's who's going to be able to benefit from it. And I will say this too, with 90-minute late starts, this is not something that we've started, that it's new or whatever. Many districts throughout the state of Minnesota have 90-minute late starts. But I'd like our principal, Nicole Adams, for example, at the high school. Sure. Why don't you sort of explain specifically what you plan on doing at the high school?
Right. Well, our plan at the high school is we already have professional learning communities in place, and they meet every Thursday after school. But to really enhance that and ensure that we have a very results-oriented focus for each of our professional learning teams, we're going to really dive into instructional strategies. So tomorrow, each of our PLCs will be selecting one of 4 evidence-based instructional strategies, and really diving into that, not just studying it, but applying it throughout the semester and determining how is that really focusing and improving student learner outcomes. So it's going to be very intentional. It is going to be very much in depth, really focusing on that reflective practice that has to happen in order to improve student learning. We're really grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this, and really excited for the results that we think are going to benefit students.
Well, thank you, Ms. Adams and Mr. Dibburner. And that, again, as Mr. Dibburner said, the 90-minute late start is something that our school district has been looking at for probably well over about a year and a half now, and put a lot of time and energy into making certain that it was going to go well, and we had the right purpose for it, and follow through. So tomorrow morning, actually by the time you see this, it'll be this morning, Thursday morning, 90-minute late start for all of our K-12 school buildings. Early learning or preschool is on a normal schedule. They continue and stay on a normal schedule. It is for 8 Thursdays, the 3rd Thursday of each month, except for next October. That will be 2nd Thursday because of MEA break. So that is what it is. So we're very excited about it. Thank you for being with us today. And Superintendent Dibburner, thank you for all of your information on the school district. And that concludes Supt Talk Episode 1 for the 2019-2020 school district. For all of our parents and viewers, as always, if you have questions and need to get a hold of someone, feel free to contact your students or your kids' buildings, and they will take care of any needs that you do have. Thank you very much.